Now what? Tell your hanker what you found out. That might not be the end of the quest. An old family heirloom. I think I should take that. And Devil's Scowl. Okay. That's the devil she's seen in the mine then. You got anything on him? Bandit's trunk key. We'll have that. Groschen. Yeah, nothing else. Ouch, indeed. We could have his horse. So where's this trunk key at? You can't sprint whilst overloaded. This it? Oh, it's an easy lockpick anyway. Cumin ear. Black paw point. I think I used to have that as my stealth gear. A lot of groschen. That's quite nice. I could take all that and sell it, but I can't fast travel whilst overloaded, so...
God have mercy, this is a small fortune. Fine clothing, armour and weapons. Serious loot. And a cumin faceplate helmet. Interesting. It seems this all belonged to those poor wretches down below.
There's a lot of stuff in here. It's a nice hoard. It's a shame that I can't spend it all. And what's that? A Skalitz shield. I'll take that.
A shield of Sir Radzig's garrison. Strange.
It feels like I'm still putting... Oh, let's have some dinner. It feels like I'm still putting clues together for this, and there shouldn't be any need to. Now he's dead. Okay, let's dump some stuff. What can I get rid of? A House of Zul shield. Let's drop that. Oh, I can move it to the horse. That'll do. I've got some very fancy swords. An old family heirloom. Short sword that served many generations. I thought there'd be more important clues on that. A spare Skalitz shield. Put that one on the horse. There we go. We can fast travel now. Nope. The magical, mystical, appearing, stealthing horse. Right, I guess. Just get me back to Johanka. Please tell me that was not the whole quest. I want to see more of this for my money. Considering this DLC was a bit more expensive than the other ones. You see an obstacle blocking the way. Before anything happened, it could be an accident, but who knows? Avoid. Halloween, thank you very much for the bits. That's awesome. Thank you, man. Number 1 for once, all for a good cause. Cheers. Thank you. It can go towards paying off my debt for Kingdom Come Deliverance DLCs. Actually, if anyone's interested, the money that you guys do graciously send in bits, cheers, donations, subs, and all the rest of it, it goes back into buying games, because most good games I don't get for free. I get a few for review, but most of them I buy, and I don't mind buying them as well. Especially good ones. Although I do tend to... What's he looking at me like that for? This fella looks like he's got something to say. Should we kill him? The old RPG problem. The game gives you tons of stuff to loot, but you can't carry half of it. Yes. That is the eternal problem. I suppose it controls the economy to some extent, but then just give you the stuff to loot. But then is it a realism thing? Is that the most important? I don't know. What do you guys feel about that? About encumbrance and stuff? Is it something just to deal with? Or is it something... Oh, she's here. Can I talk to you now? I see the wounded people in here haven't got any better in my time away. I found the
I was in that
place.
cave that you dreamt about.
Oh? Tell me. What did you find there?
It was different. It was just like you said.
Well, it was a bit strange. No cave, no hellfire.
Yeah,
just an
fueling the
abandoned
game
mine
habit.
shaft. Although at the end of it, there was quite a nasty surprise.
What was there?
Dead bodies. A lot of dead bodies. All murdered.
God have mercy.
There was this fearsome warrior up above the shaft. He murdered a lot of people.
Wasn't that
and threw their
fearsome?
bodies down the shaft to hide them. He went for me too. He fought like a demon, but I overcame him in the end. His reign of terror is over.
Mary,
I guess we have to
Mother of
embellish a
God.
little bit, eh?
Thank you for going there, Henry.
Nothing to it.
It was nothing. I'm glad I could help you. Anyway, all's well that ends well, right?
Is that
I
it?
hope so. But you know what? I had another dream. A different one.
Another one?
Yes, another one. The Virgin Mary appeared to me again, and I think she's trying to give me a message. She's trying to warn us.
Warn us?
About what?
Yes, it all makes sense, can't you see? That other dream about the cave, that was a test. Our Lady was testing me, and now she wants to give me a message.
Okay. Let's just get
What
to
message are
the
you
point.
talking about?
I'm not sure exactly what Our Lady wants to tell me, but I think I should tell the people. All of them. I can't just keep this to myself.
I don't know. It sounds a bit presumptuous.
No, it all makes sense. Mary, Mother of God, heard my prayers. I prayed every evening that she would heal Matthias, and she answered my prayers. First she tested me, and then, when I passed her test, she appeared to me again. Now I must do her will and pass on her message. And when I've done all she's asked of me, then she will heal Matthias.
You're going to be so disappointed if Matthias doesn't get better. It sounds a bit crazy. It does.
I don't know. It all sounds a little... well, crazy. Why would the Virgin Mary choose us, that is you, to speak to?
I don't know why she should choose me, but that's what's happened, and I can't refuse her, can I?
I'd say you're having peculiar dreams and that's all. It'll pass. I've been through something similar myself.
Hell, if I acted on
I had
all
a
my
strange
peculiar
dream
dreams.
too, not so long ago. It was after Runt nearly killed me in Skalitz. I was back there again, in the middle of all that slaughter. It was dark everywhere, and I was carrying the sword Pa made for Sir Radzig. I had to fight my way through humans who looked like demons of hell. I found my parents, and then I woke up.
You see? It must mean something. These things come to you for a reason.
I suppose. But what do you want to do about it?
Well, like I said, I should go on the town square and tell everyone what Our Lady showed me in my dreams. Won't you come with me? I'd feel so much better if you were there with me.
I'm going to get into so much trouble with this, I can see. But I'll go because I want to get some more money's worth out of my DLC cash. Hey, SRJ, how is the performance now with the new update? It seems fine, but I didn't really have any performance issues beforehand, so I don't have much to compare it to, unfortunately. And going back to the topic of encumberment in these sort of games, in a somewhat realistic game, it's fine, but it kind of kills you in action RPGs like Diablo. Yes, I remember, God, the original Diablo on the PlayStation, me and a mate would play it, and it was like, yeah, you go down into the dungeons with a couple of wheelbarrows, you come up and you sell all the crap, stock up on health potions, and you go back down. And that's what a lot of games are like. Skyrim's like that for me. Or any of those Elder Scrolls games. I like loot everything I can find to build up the cash.
Rely on me. I'll be there.
But you find yourself going back and
Thank you,
forth
Henry.
to bring it
Come
all back.
first thing in the morning and we'll go together. Or if you want, you can rest here. I'll take care of you and wake you up when it's time to go.
You're heavy-handed in encumbrance on tabletop RPG? That's pretty cool, actually. Make the players make some proper choices. In a tabletop RPG, I feel it's a bit different. It's more story and narrative. Whereas in these sort of games, it's like often a grind for cash. Not so much in this. Although from the Ashes DLC, that is definitely a grind for cash. But yeah, it just feels unnecessary, repetitive sort of actions, having to go back, loot, sell, repeat, because you can't carry it all home. Yeah, go on. I'm going to have a
Thanks.
rest here.
I certainly could do with a rest.
I
Good
wonder
luck, then.
if I'll have a weird dream. You're resting at your hankers. I'm more likely to catch some infectious disease from all the dying people in here. So yeah, performance with this update is fine. I'm happy to say. I was playing Far Cry 3 off stream a little bit. Well, I finished it. I say a little bit. I actually finished it. But performance during the cutscenes on that was choppy as hell. So obviously some older games don't work so well with newer graphics drivers or with like things like G-Sync and V-Sync and all the rest. It's just a shame, really. But yeah, that was really choppy and stuttery, but just in the cutscenes.
Good morning, Henry. Come on. Let's go to the green.
Come on then. I didn't have any dreams about the Virgin Mary or any devils or anything else. Maybe you should stop eating those mushrooms, you hanker. Those red ones with the white spots.
Much the same as in Skalitz. That is, before everything. It's quieter now. Most of the work has been done, and everyone is waiting to see what the harvest will be like. Then everyone will be on their feet from dawn to dusk.
I
What's
pray it'll
kick?
be a good harvest. So we have
Gonna kick
supplies
the
for
pig.
winter and enough to seed in spring.
God's truth. A couple of bad harvests and we'd be in danger of famine. Well, let's hope it will be good. Every grain counts.
Right.
Especially now, with all sorts of bandits roaming the country. And a great army, too.
I hope Sir Radzig and Sir Hanush get it all sorted out before the harvest.
If those marauders carry on, they'll plunder the whole province. And then where will we be?
But the best thing would be to hide the supplies. Bury them underground, so the bandits don't find them.
But what if they threaten the villagers? Most people would be happy.
Oh, sorry, SIJ, I don't have a specs command yet. I'll have to get one added. It's a Ryzen 7
Be
2700X.
hidden in the woods.
NVIDIA
told me about it once.
GTX
Maybe.
1080 Ti video
You can't
card
hide a
and
farmhouse,
32
or whole
gig of
families.
RAM.
What
I think
if
it
they
said
take your
meg of
children
RAM
and
there.
threaten to
I
cripple
can
them
remember the
for
days,
farmers?
almost,
You can't do much
when
work in the
computers had
fields with
32
your
meg
arms
of RAM.
broken. And in the winter,
I
it's
do
even
remember when
worse.
graphics cards had
Might as
32
well
meg
dig
of
your
RAM.
grave.
Sir
The good
Radzig
old
would never
days of...
allow that to
What was that?
happen.
What would that be?
He'd come with his garrison.
It'd be just after the
Those
Voodoo
bastards who
cards,
harassed
would
his
it? I think I had a
subjects
Voodoo
soon be
card with
hanging from the
16
nearest
meg of
tree.
RAM.
I'd be happier, though, if they all moved on and left us in peace.
What if they don't move on, though? Then the only answer is cold steel.
You men and your endless fighting.
I think this is a Joan of Arc moment coming here. I think the game is setting her up to be some sort
How are
of
things at the infirmary? Did they give you a bit more coin at least?
lunatic
Unfortunately
saviour.
not. They said there'll be no more until St. Havel's Day.
But that's still a long way off.
I know. On St. Havel's Day, the payments come from the surrounding villages and the outlying farms. Some of them are supposed to pay in chickens, eggs, or other things, but a lot pay in groschen.
Yeah, that's interesting. Her voice doesn't get any more quiet the further away she gets. Right, are we done? Because this is like the longest walk ever.
Since we're going to the market square, I could buy some meat at the butcher's.
You buy that often? I thought you said you had to save every groschen you can.
That's true, but you wouldn't believe the things those monks
Your
think
hanker is
up.
Joan
How's
in
that?
check? Really? Ah,
You know they're forbidden to eat red meat.
that's
It's a sin.
interesting.
Saint
I
Benedict
wonder.
forbade it.
I didn't know that.
I doubt
Neither
we'll
did
see her
I
burnt
until
at the stake,
recently.
though.
But that's not all. The thing is, they have an exception to the rule. They can eat red meat if they're sick, so they recover faster. Then, it's not a sin. So some of them are always coming along with all sorts of ailments. So they can lie around in the infirmary and eat meat. Of course, the monks have precedence, so I have to go to the butcher's. And then, there's not enough money for other things.
Well, well. You learn something new every day.
I've even heard tell that there was a monk who tried to keep pigs in a pond at
Pigs
one
in a
time.
pond?
Why on earth would he do that?
Sounds a little fishy to me.
prove they're water creatures. The monks are allowed to eat water creatures, you see. Not only fish, but even beavers and the like.
So that's clever.
That's
Okay,
good.
so the monks have a rule that
Never
they're not
come
allowed
across
to eat
something like that. And how did they know?
red meat and stuff. All the
I
good,
don't
tasty
know.
stuff.
Maybe
So let's
they
just keep
drown.
cows and
That's
pigs in a
good, though.
pond.
I must remember that.
They're
one.
water creatures then, by God's will. I like it. Who are these two?
Godspeed, husband. Take care. And come home
Tell me,
soon. Our
how is
place
it,
safe
being in
return,
the service
as
of Sir
always.
Radzig?
It's boring as shite at the moment,
Not
if you want to
worry,
know.
I'll be
After I
fine.
lost his sword.
I'll go then.
But
But no dice
it all
playing
made
in
sense to me when I
Kuttenberg.
found out that
Remember
actually
what you promised me.
Sir Radzig is my father.
What?
Yeah, really. I still can't quite believe it myself either. I'm his son. His bastard son, that is. See, he and Ma... well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, he left me to my father, my other father, Martin, to raise me, see?
I see.
It's a long way
I
to the
suppose.
butcher's.
And what does that mean for you now?
I'm not quite sure myself. We'll see what happens.
My word. That's quite a story.
You had 24 meg of RAM on your first computer
So now
in
you're
1996?
Sir Henry of
Really?
Skalitz.
Nah, I don't think
Did
so.
I have then?
Not for
Because
now,
I got
anyway.
my first machine in
But to
96 as
you,
well.
I'll always be just plain Henry.
I can't remember how much RAM it had though. It was a Pentium 133. And I paid
Ah,
£1,100 for it, I think.
I'm glad you found your feet with Sir Radzig,
My
with
first machine.
your father. That you found your place in the world again and that...
Yeah. Don't worry. You'll surely find your place too eventually.
I hope so.
Her place is going to be at the bottom of that bloody pond if she doesn't get a move on and get to this butcher's shop. I'm getting a little bit bored with this.
Listen, when she visits you, the Virgin Mary, what does she look like?
Like I said, like that picture above the altar. She just appears in a kind of golden glow, in a blue cloak.
And then?
Then she beckons to me, and things start to appear. Pictures of all kinds.
This not a...
They look like the
no.
paintings in church, but moving, glowing with fire and lots of colours and this golden light.
My, that's really something.
Yeah, really something. Yeah, everyone's so old here. Totally. We can remember the old days. I think I had 32 meg of RAM in my first
No
machine.
change. He's lying in a fever and nothing helps.
But it's like hard
I'm
to
really afraid
think
for
that
him.
could be
He'll
true
get better.
when we
Don't
talk
you
about
worry.
having
He's a tough little
thousands and
bugger.
thousands of megs
No
of RAM
fever is gonna beat
in our
him.
I
your
hope
current
you're
one.
right.
Current ones.
Actually, it does look like his fever is dropping a bit. But maybe that's just wishful thinking. Right, girl. Time to go and...
Johanker, what are you actually going to do when we get to the market square?
What is she going to do?
Lord have mercy. My hands are shaking.
Are we
Can't
going to
do it like this.
Are we going to have a walk of shame? Get the bells out. Get the clothes off. We're going to have
What
a walk
then?
of shame.
Maybe the land shall be engulfed in fire as punishment for our sins? That wasn't bad. But maybe best to save it for later and start differently.
Hey,
So
Smegly.
everyone knows I mean it seriously.
You just had your computing A-level mock exam. Cool. It went better than expected.
The Lord have mercy.
But what's a CPU
My
interrupt?
hands are shaking.
There's
I
something
can't
that
do it like this.
we don't often talk about anymore because there's no real need to. I suppose if you're a programmer maybe or a driver,
Lord have
writer.
mercy. My hands are shaking.
But a CPU interrupt
I
is
can't do
an
it like
instruction
this.
sent to the CPU to tell it to stop, to take note of
What then?
me instead,
Maybe
of whatever it's been written from.
the land
I
shall
think.
be engulfed in fire as punishment for our sins? That wasn't bad.
Am I supposed to talk to her?
Henry, I'm a bit worried. I never spoke to people like that before. I've no idea what to say. They'll all laugh at me.
The Virgin Mary will guide you. Yes, go on. Let's really egg her on. Let's make her
Have
into a
no
proper
fear.
nutcase.
You can do it. If you didn't have what it took, Our Lady wouldn't have chosen you, would she?
I suppose you're right. But it's still hard for me.
Think of Matthias. You want him to recover, don't you?
Yes! If I don't let her down, she'll surely heal him for me.
That's the spirit. Enough beating around the bush. Go and let him have it.
All right. Here goes.
Here we go.
Take care.
What the hell is this going to be? Reputation gained. Why on earth would you need a CPU interrupt? It's to if something needs to be like priority over what
Virgin
everything
Mary.
else is going on.
The
I
Virgin
like urgent
Mary
stuff.
came to me in a dream. And she showed me things. Things I've never seen before.
Wicked things. Sexual things.
A great city. A great and beautiful city it was. Great and beautiful. With many, many spires.
This is Joan of Arc.
Tall spires. Golden in the sunlight. and around the city was a mighty wall. All this she showed to me.
No one gives a toss.
But then the city was suddenly engulfed in flames. The earth began to shake and the gate burst open. Holes opened up in the ground, and from them beasts of hell leapt forth. They broke down the walls and stormed the city through the broken gate. And the beasts hunted down all the sinners. They sank their fangs into their burning flesh and tore them to pieces mercilessly.
Talking about the Cumans and Skalitz, right?
And the sinners screamed and tried to flee them. But it was in vain. But then, Our Lady appeared. Mary, the Holy Mother of God. She covered the whole city in her cloak, smothered the flames, and drove out the beast.
Henry chatting someone up there.
The penitent sinners came out of the city,
Burn the witch.
knelt before the Virgin in prayer, and thanked her for their salvation. That is the vision that came to me. And I believe this message was not meant for me alone. It was a warning to us all. We are those sinners, and we must once again build those mighty walls. Not from stone or wood, but from virtue and love for our neighbor. And whoever has sinned and acted unrighteously must repent and change their ways.
What's this DLC all about? I am beginning to wonder, Smegly. I am. It was supposed to be about Theresa, and you actually play as Theresa, and you get to live through the flashback of the events before Skalitz got trashed.
That lass doesn't hold
Isn't
back.
she that lass?
And you play her, and you play through her escape and everything.
I didn't understand
I'd like to see those.
Okay. But it added this quest in as well. This was part of the DLC, this Johanka quest line. And I have no idea what the hell this is all about. Is that her? It says, nope. It says, speak to her when she's free.
That should do for a start. And maybe we should
Where
give
the hell
something
is
to
she?
her, too.
So she's just over here,
For all the good it
somewhere.
Garlic, onions, mushrooms, and asparagus. I can't.
But you were just
Oh, there she
talking
is, there she
about
is.
helping your neighbor.
Right, you, go away.
Right.
Go away.
Quickly, I beg you.
Go away.
It's
I need
about
to
my
talk
husband,
to this person.
Ambrose, the tailor.
He's good to me. He's an honest tradesman and a skilled one.
But he keeps playing dice. He sits at that table late into the night, and more than once he lost a small fortune.
I'm sorry
Probably
to
to
hear
Henry.
that. But I don't know how I could help.
I want him to stop, but he won't listen to me. I'm at a loss what to do. I thought maybe if you were to go and have a word with him.
Oh, all right. I'll come and see you when I have some time to spare.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
Hey, Harmless. Nice to see you. Female
God's
characters
sake,
get to do anything
Henry.
violent. Theresa got to stab a few people in the back and shoot a few people with arrows. Repeatedly, because I died and had to load it in back in again to do it. But, yeah, there's not a lot of fighting to do as them. You don't really have the options to. Right, I need to talk to you now. Come on. And this
My
is
word,
this is
Johanka.
another quest
That
added.
speech of yours on the square. I swear I never heard anything like it in my life.
Let's talk about it later. Right now, Guta, the Sasau tailor's wife, came to talk to me, and she was quite desperate. Did you hear?
I did. I didn't care, but I heard.
Yes, I heard everything. So give her some advice then.
But I don't know what to tell her. Our Lady didn't prepare me for anything like that.
She's getting people all worked up.
Oh, that's what you wanted, isn't it? Your words didn't fall on deaf ears, and now you can't let people down when they come to you.
I suppose you're right. We ought to try and do something.
We?
Be quiet and think. We have to find a way.
Jesus, you're really full of holy fire.
Stop blaspheming and start thinking how we can get Ambrose to give up his dice playing.
I'll kill him. Yes. Slap some sense into him.
Well, I've always found a good punch in the mouth can do a lot to change a man's mind.
Thanks for that contribution, but I don't think Guta came to me because she wanted her husband crippled.
Yeah, all right. It's what Fritz would do, though.
God rest his
That's why
soul.
I'm asking you and not Fritz.
He's dead in this playthrough.
Supposing Ambrose were to lose enough to make him regret it. If he were to lose something really important. Mal was used to scold me by saying, one day you'll go too far and then you'll be sorry.
That's it, Henry. Ambrose has to realise for himself how he's harming others, and most of all his wife and himself. Thank you.
Glad to be of help.
But I can't go anywhere. Never mind playing dice in taverns. I've too much work to do. But you could.
So she basically wants me to spread the message that gambling is a sin by gambling and helping a gambling addict get over his addiction by making him lose so much he has nothing left, at which point a true addict would then go and steal or borrow more and get into more trouble. I don't think so, but I'll do it.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Henry. Go and see the tailor's wife and sort it out with her. I have to go back now. God be with you.
This all feels like rather mundane stuff. We want more action. We want more, I don't know, interesting quests. Who do I go and talk to? There's a tailor's wife down here somewhere. So I now have to go and tell his wife that I'm going to play dice with her husband. If you say so. She should be in here. I've stolen from this shop so many times. Oh, those were good days. Good days.
God be... Good morning.
Hey, Big Duck. Welcome back. Nice to see you again. Exactly, Smegley. Who needs to revise for exams when you can watch Mark and learn it all here? Playing as Henry now? Yeah, Big Duck. We finished the Theresa thing. It finished in like 40 minutes, I think, after starting today. And it was flat. It was a letdown. It was just a letdown. So, but this is a quest for Johanka that was added in with the DLC as well.
Johanka sent me. She asked me to help you with your trouble.
She did. That's wonderful. But she said she'd come herself.
Well, she's up to her ears in work. And besides, we figured your husband wouldn't pay much attention to a woman, since he doesn't even listen to you.
He stood
I'm
right
afraid
behind
that's
me.
True. What
Listening.
now, though?
Well, Johanka thought it would help.
Or maybe that's a
if
guard.
Ambrose saw how playing dice was no good either for himself or for you.
I've been telling him off about it for years to no avail. I even took his dice several times. But he always gets new ones.
You won't get anywhere telling him off. Ambrose has to realise it for himself. If he lost everything he has to me, that would teach him a lesson. And then I'd talk to him man to man.
Oh, God, no. I want him to stop playing, not to lose the roof over our heads.
No, don't worry. Whatever I win from him, I'll give it back to you. But first, he really has to believe he's lost everything.
Do you swear, by the Virgin Mary, to give everything back?
I swear. And then I'll be round when it's dark to steal it all from you. Take my word for it. Take my word for it. No, I swear. I'll give it all
I
back.
swear I'll give back every last groschen, as the Virgin Mary is my witness.
Very well, then. If you think it'll help, take him for everything he has.
Okay. Where can I find him?
Where can I find Ambrose?
He's not here now. He's getting ready for a trip to Kuttenberg on some business or other. No doubt you'll find him at the inn. You'd better hurry if you want to catch him. He said he wants to leave soon.
So, again, with these voices, they sound robotic. They don't sound like they don't sound natural. They don't flow. It just isn't right.
Do you think he'll want to play with me?
Well, He promised not long ago he'd quit. But I'll believe it when I see it. He'll keep playing, especially when he's had a drink or two. And if he's feeling lucky, he'll lose his head entirely and play till the early hours.
All right. Thanks for the
There,
advice.
that just